understand if this is a bit too warm for you right now. Pretty soon we'll have it better. Alright, so we had stopped here because I keep hitting the wrong thing. There we go. If I remember correctly, after you get Verso, there were some things you could get from here. Gotta check her because she hasn't come up here yet and seen the catnip on the scratcher we put up in my room. Oh, come on, you tell me there's something in your house back there and I can't just jump over you. That is so unfortunate and kind of dumb considering how much space there is in front of him. Yeah, it's probably too hot for her up here right now, especially with how hot it is outside. In fact, the power went off a couple times for at least 3 to 4 hours added together. A sack of potatoes. Almost looks like we can. Yep, there we go. Yeah, Katie didn't want to stay up here with how hot it is upstairs. We have an AC on the way from our room, but it's not going to be here until towards the end of the week, unfortunately. Didn't want to go through and wind up coming out the door in a different place altogether. It's been a while since I saw Jesse go through this stuff at Act 2 after you get Verso, so I am not completely sure where all of the interactions and things that you can do with him where the items and everything are in here, so we'll see what happens. What do you mean? Bertrand's hands are so big he could grab the Beatrice and powerbomb her from the strip sphere. Now that the tournament's over, I must say, you guys are a lot more entertaining than I thought. I'm curious if we can potentially get one of the things that opens up after Verso comes into play here, talking to the leader again. I wonder if that's their weapons, fighting each other is what they consider jousting. Where is your Patat? What the heck happened? Is there a guy up there? I really don't know. I'm pretty sure we already grabbed all of this stuff from coming up here, but just out of curiosity due to having Verso now, and I know, even though it's been a decent while, like a month or two, if I remember correctly, since I saw Jesse grab all this stuff. Seeing if I can get everything up here. But yeah, we're gonna have to... Alright, we're gonna have to run and jump to get over there. So let's work on some other things first. So maybe too eager. Let's try this with Verso and see how things go. Just try it. not going to do that. I couldn't even time that. I haven't played this in a couple of weeks. And remembering the parry and the dodge command, not quite up to par with which buttons they are at the moment. Oh, one punch out. You get one hit. If you deal max damage, I'm assuming that's what it is, you win a prize. Remember, once you hit, the battle's over, so make it count. That is one of the things, but I'm not sure if I have the strength to do this right now. We'll give it a shot. Alright, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that just yet. So we have that, and then the blue with Golra. Give me a moment, guys, and I will see what it is that we can do here. Okay. You should just be able to learn about some of these things wandering around. Alright, you can't get anything else from that. How about, gambling on the fights? I guess we can go try and get that one young Jethro down from the podium or the post there. Just need to find where they were. Alright, that's the stage. That's the bazaar. Okay, that's the chief's hut. Alright, so we can't talk to the big one. Hey Brown, welcome to the stream. Was that really just a wooden stick? Maybe 302, 301, 333. Do I even have the person that uses that? No, it must be used for something else then. Yes, definitely the poor guy. So more so at the moment. Nope, that's not interest. Looking for where we saw the one Jethro that was talking about the other one stuck up on a pillar. No, that's right here. I see them up there. So I just got to go around and find that rope to jump back up. beginning. There, and I just need to remember that I'm probably going to have to run and jump to actually reach it. There we go. I'm not coming down. Okay. It's a female Sakpatat outfit. Interesting. There's Versos. Oh, we still don't have those two items. I thought Verso would have been that. I'm curious if we switch to him. Nope, still telling me we don't have what we need for that. To be honest, just because of what time it is, I really don't even know if we're going to get much progress outside of trying to discover these quests and side quests and everything that are here, starting in Act 2, considering how late it already is when I started. What, you want to argue with me too? We found one Punch-O and then Gomer, but I can't really do either of those. Something I will do that we've located before is I'll see if I can find like that secret arena again, and we'll do that at least. Well, that took us to the arena. That's not where we wanted to head. This looks like the exit. I might do those things off stream just because I'm going to have to look into what it is I need to do to trigger each of them. I'm pretty sure one Punch-O is one of the things, but I'm not sure if we're able to do that at the moment, like I mentioned before. So somewhere on this island here, there's like a secret Jezreel Arena. With the cave where Escae was. Flying out of there. That looks like that will be going. That's a small portion, but that's not what we're looking for. Nice. Topped off another Lumina there. Okay, I do have all of those. Agitation I have to take care of, that's why I was stopped there for a second. This is Jezreel Beach. Harvest, interesting name. From what I recall, we don't actually have to break through any of those to find the arena. I just gotta remember where the heck it is. The Twilight Quarry, huh? Interesting. Flying waters, that is where we came from. Regular entrance in with all the fighting. Was this it? Yes. The hidden Jezreel Arena. points do you have right now? 5. So I could grab these 2. Not ring of, oh, 3. Ring of fire, guard down might be worth it too. I think I'm going to save up your points still. Seeing what Verso can do here. Matthew, Bertrand, Dominique, Julie. Verso gains perfection every time he deals damage or manages to parry or dodge. A higher perfection rank increases his damage and skills of effects at specific ranks. Taking any damage removes 1 rank once per enemy turn. Same abilities more or less, but yeah. Different mechanics as to how he works otherwise. Nice, there's another Picto. Let's do CL now. Okay, that is the parry. Got it. Alright, Sun. And Omen. And I don't know why it's not registering the commands. I hit it, but it didn't register. Alright. There's another one. Why is this not responding when I'm freaking trying to do things with a controller? His feet are legendary. Alright, that was my own fault there. timed that a little too early. Oh, come on. Ugh. Alright. If I dodged, I would have had that. Come on, I thought I timed it right that time. So it's not fire and it's not ice. The attack when he gets two of them. Oh, I'm positive I hit that correctly, game. Come on.
Ready to evade.
Alright. What do I have where I can take advantage of that? So healing light, which generates the all color. I probably should have gotten rid of rebirth. Electric, which does light. Okay, so we got 2 rainbow colored and 2 lights. Right? No weaknesses, just
I'll do it.
oops. Alright, he's got the second attack this round. One more burn on him. Parries help take this out quicker. reason to use a skill there. I might as well go through one with each of them. This guy looks ridiculous. And this is the last one. Ooh, that was really quick.
Shields up. On me.
Oh, I hit it. Oh, what the heck. Alright, we're still gonna give that a try with her. I might just have to dodge a bit more than parry.
On me. Okay.
Oof, I had to parry both hits, that's right.
Ready to parry. Not looking good.
Have to spend her turn there to heal. Nope, okay. He does a bunch of two-hit combos. It's probably gonna be better for me to just dodge. I totally missed the timing on that there.
Let's dance.
Oh, you piece of crap.
Looking good. Okay.
I probably should have saved one of those for this, a couple of those for this fight.
Not giving up. Precision. On me.
She's probably not going to be the best one for this. Because we hadn't gotten that much damage taken off on him. Hey Brave, give me a second. We can hop in and call here. Alright. I'm in the mod chat whenever you're ready.
How's it going?
Hey Brave, it's going alright. How are you?
I'm alright. Just currently been trying to get some grinding done with Persona 3 Reload, but that's it.
Yeah. So this is Claire Obscura Expedition 33 if you haven't seen it.
Nice.
I was just trying to do the final one of these 4 matches with Mail, but she was not a good match for it. So yeah, this is Act 2. The original male character we had dies at the end of it, and then Verso joins you, who is a member from the very first expedition. And you find out like why he's been alive this whole time. So yeah, there's a dodge and parry system, and as you see right there, if you get a parry, not only do you gain an energy, but you counter. There's also a jump parry where like there's a symbol that'll flash and you have to hit the button to jump, otherwise you get hit, and then all 3 of them counter. And this is the person we got before. Ow. This is the person we got before Verso from the actual Expedition 33. A bit surprised you were able to die from 1 hit where Mail was not dying from 1 hit, even with... Yeah, I have the thing on where the first attack of every thing, even if I dodge it, I'll gain a where the first attack I dodge of every turn, I'll gain an energy back. It's the dodger thing you see appearing above her there. Wait a minute, what did I get? Twilight. So I need Sun. And now she'll have Twilight. Oh, I have to get a perfect dodge. Dodging is got a little bit bigger of a window than parrying, so yeah, that's the thing with it.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about Expedition 33. It does seem rather interesting.
Like, Verso kind of has the same weapons and skills that Gustav had, but his mechanic outside of that is different. Gustav built up charges with his like mechanical arm that you could use for specific attacks and things, where Verso has what's called Perfection that makes him do more damage the higher it is, and it has specific effects when you reach certain ranks with certain attacks. But like, you can only ever have these 6 abilities on one character, but you can get more than that, but they're changeable, which is the thing. Which, when I was using Lune, I should have taken off her revive because it was a one-on-one fight. I'd like to do Phantom Blade because that's the thing that can break and does high damage. Now let's do Twilight Slash. Ah, damn it. I don't know if we're going to be doing much story right now because I came back to the end of the first act here to get the stuff that unlocks at the end of the act, or at the start of Act 2. The one challenge in the town I can't do because I don't know if you're strong enough. You have to hit this one of these guys for 9,999 damage in 1 hit. As you can see, there are attacks that do multiple hits, but I don't know if anyone is strong enough to do that. Oh, well, okay, I screwed up the timing there. He doesn't always start with a 3-hit combo. Alright. I think I'm going to go back to Verso. Ciel would have done a good job, but taking too many hits here already. So yeah, this was like the attack that him and Gustav had that did multiple hits. a parry for you. You get a nice strong counter hit and you gain an energy from it.
I'll use your fire.
You have to parry every hit for that though.
I'll get through worse.
Let's see.
Bring it on.
Getting the jump counters is kind of cool because like you see everyone jump and then counter before they land. I missed the second one there. This timing is, that's the hardest thing with parries, is the timing. So like there's enemies that are hard enemies for the point you're at that are guarding a one of your passive equipables, which are called Pictos. One of the first ones, he has a variant of one of his attacks that's got a very slow wind up before he attacks that throws off your timing.
You're a mess.
Alright, I see. So those say like increased damage for B rank. Marking shot would be increased damage at C, but the mark only does extra damage outside of that when you're doing this, aiming. As that's one of the other mechanics. Flying enemies, you have to shoot them down with aim because they dodge everything else.
Let's try it.
That yellow bar that fills there is the brake meter.
Just try it.
Everyone does have attacks that'll break. It'll say at the bottom of it, break. So like I have them on everyone but him because I never unlocked one for Gustav. The Piero Flore Mal has does that. Oof! I missed the third one to get it. Basically, attacks that break, they fill that meter a lot faster, and they're what you have to hit them with to actually get a break. Well, Gustav had his attack that would do that from the get-go, but I don't remember if, I haven't looked at Versa yet, because I haven't actually played this since we started Act 2 for a little bit.
Yeah, sure we told about the kind of Sonic. That's yeah. Yeah, sure we told about maybe want to try out the Stone again because I actually saw the DSPs play for. Yeah, I totally forgot just how important he did that game.
Wow.
Yeah. He rushed for Tartarus constantly, and he was overwhelmed. And turn his personas happened so which led it to be very confused with
Definitely. Yeah, so as you saw there, towards the end, he was doing one of those things I was talking about where they have a thing that kind of confuses you when it comes to timing. He would, like, look like he was going to swing with the left, but then he'd stop for a second, then swing with the right. Yeah, so at this point, when you get to Act 2, you do have the legendary creature or whatever, Esquiel. I can show you that in a second, once we finish this. We got his first stone that lets him swim, and then he can also break through these rocks to get to certain areas right now, too. Getting every counter on him right now with her, which is nice. So, right there, Phantom Blade at the bottom, you see it says can break. With a symbol, those are the skills that will break when their meter's nearly full or is full. And they lose about 2 turns when you do that. Alright, so let's do this as I need Sun to get her in Twilight.
It's actually kind of funny because truth be told, Expedition 33 is actually it was actually developed by 4 employees.
A lot of people were like giving it grief for like having a similar fighting system to Persona. It's like they should consider that a compliment.
Yeah, I think Expedition, at least from what I've seen, Expedition 33 and Persona are actually separate worlds. So, yeah.
Yeah, they are different from each other, but just like the battle system, I'm guessing, is what people were saying. I don't think he got the final hit there with that. I missed the second hit there. Oof, just missed the last hit there. Getting those death does make it quicker because you do a lot of damage in a counter and it builds up your meter more, but not always the best option. Okay, that is his last hit for that. Yeah, see, he goes to swing one way, then he swings the other way. And you do have timing with your dodge even, because, like, you have to wait a second after they step back to dodge again. Okay. Let me check something. I think I'm hearing it going in the background for some weird reason. No, it's muted. I didn't mean to hit her, damn it. She can't even heal herself. she's wearing one of the outfits you get for them. I have outfits for everyone else.
Spills me. Shields up. Ready to carry.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any healing tints left right now to do that with her. One of the things about her is she has stances with her moves. And
Okay, good.
if you use, so like she's in defense right now, or defensive, so anything blue is another defensive stance. Red is offensive. So if I do another blue, she goes stanceless because you can't go into the same stance twice. That's good. I didn't want to use her. Sorry for all the failing guys. Just these are 1-on-1, and this guy actually gets pretty tough compared to the others. Verso was the guy I actually wanted to use for these, for him. Seemed to have the best chance of surviving him. Damn, does he hit hard. Alright, that's another reason I do so much. One of the Dictos I have on them is augmented counter, which makes it do more damage. Screw you and your fake out bullshit.
Just try it.
Sure, it wouldn't even give me enough timing to block the second hit.
Unimpressed. Hostage of it. Will do.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something I can at least get my screen. So after
Yeah. This guy's got a lot of defense or a lot of health.
Here we go.
Definitely Divinality's at rank B, which will make it do more damage.
Bring it on.
Oh, damn it. Sometimes it's just the timing, because there is a delay between being able to dodge again because of the animation. And this is a purely optional thing. Each one you beat gives you experience for that person. They didn't do Picto. Screw you, I blocked the second hit.
Bring it on. Let's call the pot. Good stuff.
I think counters are going to be a big part of taking him down, though. Ah, I just missed that last hit.
Oh well.
Missed it again. What the hell? The thing is, like, his recovery is like a full heal for him.
Bring it on.
Does his full health amount compared to the others. Rank A now. Last hit is so hard to freaking time.
Bring it on. My turn. My turn.
Alright.
Not impressed.
Don't quite have enough for the upgraded damage yet on that. And I'd rather dodge right there so I don't die again. Well, I guess he does take extra damage with Mark, regardless whether you hit him with aim or not.
Ready to strike.
Got him. Well played, you deserve this. You managed to beat everyone here, well done. Here, now get out of my sight. And the solo fighter picked up. Yeah, that wasn't the arena. Oh, the Empowering Last Stand. Nice. That was the Hidden Gestural Arena. Yeah, this very much takes a bit of a hint from Souls, I'd say, because you have flags where you rest and can level up. And then enemies usually respawn once you hit rest. Yeah, so she probably had like more health than the others did, and she took a lot more damage. I'm gonna raise her defense there. So the things with the weapons is different weapons have different stats and different effects that they unlock as you level them up, and the stats will determine the strength of the weapon and what it raises. And the higher the letter, as in like A, B, and C being like the highest, the more it does for that weapon.
Right.
We could use some more health on you. Yeah, that's one of the outfits we have for male. That's not her standard outfit. You also get hairstyles. I had her on the artist hairstyle. You see, these are the skills. So let's see, she's got 6 points now. There we go. So if I give Luna Mayhem there, she can break. You start with Healing Light, then you go to Rebirth, and then Revitalization. Okay, there's your break. Perfect break. Of course, that's what it's called. I suppose we should put that on you then. Look, we've even gotten a Picto that puts Defenseless on them when you attack, which is the defense down. him that, but I'm going to save the rest of his points. That's all I can give you, so we're actually going to hold on to yours. Yeah, so these vials are the things you have in battle, and you only have those until you rest again. So I had like 2 heals that I used before that last fight, which was part of why I was dying so much. Unless I had someone that can heal themselves, I didn't have a way to heal.
Right.
Yeah, right there is the thing for Mal. She can't stay in offensive or defensive stance 2 turns in a row. She also has a third stance, and it makes her do like extra, like offensive increases her defense, but increases her offense. She also has no one that does like extra damage past that. I forgot what it was called though. Oh, it's the Virtuoso stance. But yeah. So if I hit X, B can run around on Eske, who can just smash through rocks and swim after we got the first stone. I believe that's probably one of the chromatic Nevrons that they tell us to seek out for a challenge. So the actual Gestral village is in here. After you've gone through it in Act 1, they open up a gate so you don't have to go through the sanctuary and fight all of their creations again. Going through that way, through the ancient sanctuary. And that sun-faced mountain was where Eske is, because that's what his face looks like, essentially. Although he's got a huge, like, flag hanging off of it, too, but... yeah, this is the village. Trying to tell you guys to dismount. Why are you not dismounting? Oh, I guess we can't dismount in there. So yeah, there's 2 outfits in here or something that I can't buy. Because it's like, oh, you need to find an expeditioner. And it's like, so Verso wasn't considered the next expeditioner?
Right.
Yeah, their weapons they create, they dubbed them the Turn Sack of Patat, which basically is more or less what you think it means, sack of potatoes. And you actually get a couple Sack of Patat costumes for them too. So I'll show you like that stuff. That's here in your inventory. Yeah, right here, the Luminas are the things that are like your passive skills and whatnot. And your total number of Luminas are the amount of skills you can equip that you've mastered. Like the Pictos here are the ones that they are actually have on them. But once one person masters them, anyone can use them as long as they have enough Luminas. And this is where you change their skills as well as their weapon. Here you go, wardrobe. So, yeah, here's the Sack of Patat outfit. And then here's the stereotypical French outfit, because this basically takes place in French. It's like the French artist outfit with a baguette tied to their back. This is the artist hair, which like all of the girls have. I had this on Mael for a while. And then I switched her back to her normal hair again. There's the baguette hairstyle. So, yeah, Mael is in her skirt. We just got the double braid for her. I don't know if I can spin her around in this, though. So she's got a gestural haircut, short, the artist, which I thought looked good on her, and then the double braid. I actually don't have Sail in her normal haircut. This is her normal haircut. It's long, but it's a little less unkempt. She's got vintage, which I don't like. And we just bought the Sack of Patat outfit for her as well. I had Gustav and his... like, that skirt is the outfit she wears at in part of the opening. And I had Gustav in the suit that he's wearing until you leave, too. Once we got it. So yeah, there's one Punch-Out, essentially, which is the guy I was talking about. You have to hit him for like max damage and one attack for a reward there. Then there is a one-on-one duel against the Chief, which I did try that. I couldn't get that done. I think there's a couple other things. There's another quest I was reading that you can pick up here from Act 2, but I've been talking to people and I haven't found it. Something with a specific type of carrot. And then from Act 1 we've had these guys where there's these like reborn like young Jethro kids that are like lost. You have to find them and bring them back. But that we've had for a while. And you start that in Act 1. Let's walk around as Luna because she floats when she runs. She even floats when she's fighting. Her whole thing is like elemental magic, more or less. In fact, I took off the ice skill that they started her with and gave her the one I did because not only was it a little cheaper, if she had any fire stains from her spells, when you use that, she gets the next turn. So if I hit up, this will open the map, so this is where we are right now. I think that's where we have to go. Yeah, we started down here at the Spring Meadows, and then you go through Flying Waters, and then when you come out there's a bridge you can open up that lets you come back without going back through the Flying Waters. Stonewave Cliffs are actually where we just came from. Well, no. We swam out somewheres with SK, but Stonewave Cliffs is where Gustav got taken out. And it was rather interesting because it was a really interesting story two-phase boss fight with an enemy called Misfortune. And like you're warned about this enemy being really strong that's in that area, and people meeting Misfortune there, which takes a couple different meanings as to what they were saying, along with it being the name of the mob. So let's do. Yeah, I'm definitely probably not going to do any progression besides doing the side stuff we just did. So let's show you a full three-party fight. Especially because with this big guy here I ran into, we can do a jump counter because he does an attack that hits the ground. So this is what Break Rules is for. When you get it, it takes out all their shields. That guy on the right is the one I was talking about that was a very early fight. Where you're kind of weak for fighting him, so it's like a really tough, long fight, and he has the one attack that's kind of slow to throw off your timing. So he's a good example of both him and the flyer. This guy is a flyer, you have to use aim to take him out, but this is good use for aim. Weaknesses, you take them out with aim. They do damage and they cause effects. See, that hit both of them there. Also, she has Breaker, which when you break weaknesses and things, it does an effect. I don't remember what Breaker's immediate thing was. So, when you actually get a perfect on Guard Up, it puts Guard Up on everyone. That was not something you could see before. I missed it, but that was the jump counter. There's a little symbol that flash when you gotta do it. That lightning is very slow and hard for me to time, so I just dodge it. Yeah, each aim shot takes one of their AP, so like you can still perform a regular attack if you use it all up. It's not going to do as much, or you're not going to have as much to do other things. There was an optional boss in Flying Waters that I saw Jesse Cox fight. I had to go back and do because optional bosses usually drop a Picto or a weapon. Like if I were to show you, there are like a Ciel and Verso got all of Gustav's weapons. Ciel is the only truly brand new character. She's the only one that doesn't have at least 3 different weapons. We just got her second one towards the end of Act 1, so yeah. Yeah, there's the gate to get back in now. I did show that when we were running around on them. Yeah, this game has very operatic music, if I do say so. Yeah, see, find Expeditioner, 2 things out here that I can't get without finding someone, I guess. I don't have them yet, but one of the people you do get, they even showed it in the, trailers for it, is one of these guys. Not the merchants, but a Gestrel becomes a party member at some point. So I have 4 people right now. I have the 3 girls and Verso, then we get a Gestrel at some point. SK is also kind of considered a party member, but he's mostly like your means of travel. Yeah, see, there's like 2 people out here, then 1 inside. It's like, oh, you need to find someone you don't have before you can get these items. Usually stuff like that is costumes for a specific character you don't have, it feels, but yeah. Yeah, this is another area that I can go to, which... Then there's the Twilight Quarry. But I don't think we can actually do anything in those couple of areas. This is Gestrel Beach. But I can just go here and swim with him. Yeah, we had to get his first stone, because he keeps losing them, apparently, in order for him to be able to swim. Huh? What? Me? I'm not lost at all. Sastra was waiting for you. What? Sastra needs you back? Okay, I was getting bored over here anyway. Whee! That was another lost Gestrel that I didn't realize was there because he was covering it up. I just saw the interaction. There's another Picto. So the Luminas you see us picking up, those are used to increase your number of Luminas on your characters outside of their level ups. Because I already have some Pictos that take like 10 to 15 out of their totals to equip them. Yeah, like the augmented counter and the ones that are really good like that, they take quite a few Luminas. And then there's Chromas. The Chromas are what you use to upgrade their weapons, and past certain levels you need like the polished Chromas and then like the vibrant Chromas and stuff like that, stronger versions of them. Recoats are what you use to reset all their ability points. Which obviously you don't run across too many of those, and they're rather expensive to buy. They're, I think, about 5,000. don't really want to go check out the White Tree. I don't even remember where the hell I'm supposed to go because I just remember that I was looking back at the Jestro Village for everything that you could do once you got back there. Oh, I thought this was a merchant. Alright, I guess we'll do another fight. Oh yeah, so breaking the rules is needed for this asshole. And you'll see why in a moment as we get into this fight. This guy on the left here is from the Flying Waters Undersea area. Sword Bastard there is from it's from the Twilight or whatever, where we did our last major boss fight. Now they do have enemies, I guess you could say they're similar to the Gold Hands, but they're a challenge to even get into a fight. And then you have so many turns to fight them. And they are very defensively strong, so yeah, this guy stabs himself, does damage, and he gains shields. That's why I have breaking the rules.
Now it's all choice.
Although if you go to aim, every aim shot will take out a shield. I was actually pretty good at parrying every single attack they do. I just missed the final jump one there on his. There he goes, stabbing himself again. I should have just dodged that. Yeah, hers is the only one that you can actually use on other party members. Every attack will take out a shield, that's why you don't want to just attack. Unless you're out of AP and you just need it to gain some. Right there was a jump counter, but since he still had 4 shields, the jump counter just took out 3 of them. Oh, we got a weapon upgrade for that, nice. 2 of them. So I picked us, so yeah, you can, like, some of the weapons I've like fought in battles where you would have picked them up. When that happens, you just get a free upgrade to it for the fight. Color of Lumina. Oh, yeah, it's 9:30. I probably won't be up too much longer. So this is my last day off right now. But yeah, those sword guys, when you fight 2 of them, they're quite a pain in the ass. In that area where we fought the thing and lost Gustav, there's like this mansion you go to, and that's where you find Mael, and that's where you find the Curator, who is the guy that'll like do all of your weapon upgrades and shit when you're in camp. And I'll show you, because there's one of those doors in the Jestro Village, but yeah, where in the last story area we went through before we lost him. See, that's true size. Those guys are so big because there are some Nevrons that aren't like evil, like you have to take one out to get a piece of them for another like Nevron that's coming up later on. But they're so big that like they can eat one of your party members in the fight. And you, until like you either split them up or you defeat them, yeah, that party member is gone from the fight for the moment. Alright, let me pull up the map here. Alright, so you want to go around this way to get to the beach. I honestly think that one enemy I'm talking about was probably in one of the meadows. Interesting. I honestly feel they might have been one of the chromatic Neverons. Because they were really tough and they had like a thing where they would like imbue their sword with fire or ice, and the speed of their attacks was different when they did, and it caused different effects, which is why I never finished that fight. They were a little too hard to deal with at the time. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get around without fighting anything. We're kind of in the general area. I think this is the Flying Waters right here. Yeah. That's where you come out from. Ancient Jezreel City. I don't know if we've been there. See if I can find the bridge that takes you back without going through there. Pretty early on once, so they don't take much effort. Alright, right here, there's a switch you hit, and it activated this bridge to just come back over to the first area here without going back through the Flying Waters. Cave. When it says danger, it means that you're kind of low level for that area. So yeah, there's a lot of free roaming in areas you can go to, but there's a specific path, potentially. Although you could go to other areas and just kind of like level up and gather things, but yeah. I just didn't want to fight anymore. I'm just trying to find this one spot. No, we didn't have to go over there. Ugh, I ran into him again. Girl. My cat just came upstairs. I know, you're hungry. I'll feed you in a moment. She's a tabby. But she's also more like bright colors than dark colors.
I see.
Yeah, alright. Let me just get around here, then I'll be back while I feed her, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Forgot it was way past her normal feeding time. There's the gate. Alright, I have to exit here to dismount him. interestingly enough, you can like actually like reduce your party down to 2 or 1 people, and just run around fighting with like a couple people to catch them up. Yeah, it's very weird. It's not. It's interesting and not exactly, not really weird. It's just interesting to see them do it. Hey, no. Sorry.
She's scratching the furniture.
No, she's digging her claws into the carpeting.
Oh.
I have one up here in my room for her, and we have 2 downstairs where she's doing it down there, but she still likes to do that. Okay, I will be right back while I take care of her.
Yep, no problem.
Let me just switch my overlay here.
I think she's just doing that to get your attention. That's what my cat does.
Alright. Come on, girl. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that's what my cat does sometimes. Sometimes she'll pull out the furniture just to try to get our attention. Like, she knows we don't like it.
Right.
Yeah, we all know how cats are. They're troublemakers sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Alright, I said oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not paying attention to me, so I'm gonna be naughty, so you have to.
Pretty much.
It's like, gee, thanks, I love you, but you're a pain in the ass when you do that.
Indeed.
You know, if it's been well past, like, when we normally feed her, like, she'll meow the whole time, even while you're getting it ready and setting it down. And at that point, I'm just like, I know I'm getting it ready.
Yeah, that's how Mandy is too.
Yep. Because she's really quiet otherwise. Although she's been kind of vocal these 2 days off, but I think that might have just been because she wanted attention.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, because we specifically got one that they said was like a cuddle bug and everything, so she likes attention and she likes like laying next to you and being pet and having her head scratched and whatnot. Yeah. So for anyone watching now, I haven't mentioned this at all before, and this will be the only time I mention it until I'm ready to, until everything is ready and I'm sure it's going to work okay, but I'm doing this mostly because my artist, who was like also my girlfriend at the moment, really wanted to do this, so I did this to kind of cave in and make her happy. Is I'm going to do a VTuber. If it's, I didn't initially want to, but I told her, it's like, okay, well, if we're doing this, this is what I came here for. If we're doing this, I'm going to be very picky about it. So it's going to look like what I usually do, like look like a Fulu from Breath of Fire 4, essentially, just distinctly different and everything. But he's going to be a mystic fortune teller, and then having her design a room that's like the inside of the fortune telling tent.
Alright.
But instead of a crystal ball, it's going to be like symbols on the back wall, then like a tarot deck on the table. So there's a door like this down in the last area before at the end of Act 1. And the first time you come up, you see this as in Flying Waters. And basically, they all lead into different parts of this mansion that unlock different things. The first time, yeah, so basically the thing here is like there's different levers and crap you hit in the, like this in here to open up that door and advance through this section. But basically, yeah, they open up different areas for you, so this is the rest of the mansion here. You basically come in from the entrance here, and then you come back here, I think it was? Like, I could show you, like, 80% of these doors are still locked, because you have to, like, find the entrance through other areas. See? I think it was up here, yeah, so up in here, in this room here, this is where you found Mayel when she joined you. As the curator had found her and taken her in and like helped train her and everything. And the fight with the curator on your way out is when you first learn about the jump counters.
Gotcha.
So basically, the point of coming through here is that's like the door you essentially come into. If I were to walk out there, I'd walk it the same way. It's to open this door, which I have done everything through this door already, so but I'll just kind of show you it. There's different things you have to find around the tables and everything in the kitchen here that activates things. You found the one statue already.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't open the door. That just kind of... Okay, there's another one. Turn that. I will give them decent props for this. This is not something you're gonna But puzzles like this, you're not going to notice where you have to go immediately. You're only going to see it when you walk up to it and you see the interaction. So that opens up the hole down here with this overstuffed Gestrel that's eating everything.
Yep.
There was nothing in here, I think. It's just kind of opening it up and you come through this hole in the wall. It takes you into the basement here. Oh yeah, there was some stuff down here. A shape of energy there, which gives us another, so when we use that at camp, it'll give us an extra charge to use the tints that restore your AP. So yeah, that's how you increase those. You find these shapes of things, shape of energy, shape of life, and you use them in camp at the curator. They'll increase the amount you can use before you have to rest to restore them. But yeah, the first time you come here, it's specifically just to get Mayel, and then learn about the jump counters. But in that area that I said was the end of Act 1, there was one of these doors down a hole in a rope with a very hard Neveron that was blocking it. I haven't gone through that door yet because I haven't been able to take him out just yet. Like, regardless which sword he used, he did like 3 or 4 attacks, so it was quite a bit of damage. I'll show you something funny when you talk to this Gestrel. Let's dance, and he just starts breakdancing.
Wow.
Yep. The Gestrels are very weird but straightforward, and don't have much for tact, I will say. Yeah, they love to fight. You actually had a buff, which was like their strongest, like, little guardian thing they control before you entered. And it was crazy because, like, on top of the shield that Guardian had, he had 3 cannons that you had to time whenever he shot them. Even with the, like, bigger window for dodge timing, there is still, like, a bit of precision needed because, like, as you saw when I was doing the one-on-ones, you have to wait for them to step back into place completely again before you can dodge a second time. Especially with the dodge, because the dodge is a larger window if you can't get the parry timing down. And he's still going. Yeah, you actually had to fight and win their tournament here in order to talk to the leader to learn about Eske. And this is a guy that none of them understand because he wants to open up casinos and gambling all in this section here. And people are just like, no fighting, what's wrong with you? And then they have this thing that they do called jousting, which is just like fighting, but fighting in their sack of patates, I guess. Okay, this is one punch. That's another challenge I can't do at the moment. You get another reward. I think it's a pretty good one too, if I recall correctly watching Jesse, when you actually finish that. But yeah, the champion of the arena was the character we got before he took over for Gustav, CL. That was interesting to see. You fight CL, and then it's like, hey, you should join back up with us, you know? Yeah, the whole party is together because they're all part of the same expedition, but due to events that I won't mention because they kind of ruin a big twist in the opening, they all get split up when they land. And you start with Gustav, and Luna here is the first person you actually meet. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to call this as it's getting really close to 10 o'clock right now. Let me just find a flag because there is no manual saving, but when you go to a flag, it'll auto-save when you exit it. Let's just do some upgrades here for these guys. I'll do the skills later on. Alright everybody, I know this has been a couple hours and there was no actual story progression so much, but due to the power going out until like about 6 o'clock, I couldn't start what I normally did. So I was unable to get things done in enough time to do a normal length stream here. I will catch everybody next week around Friday. Should be the next scheduled stream. Assuming we don't have any more power issues. I figured we'd do this just because I couldn't think of anything else. Like, I'm like truly at the end of Visions of Mana. Like, all I have left in the post-game story is the boss, but I do have other things I want to do in that, and it might be boring to do on stream, so it's just like doing side quests and finishing up some optional things. Friday will be the next scheduled stream. I'm planning to get that started around the time that it says it should be. Again, the only thing that will prevent that is the power going out when I should be starting, so other than that, everything is doing good. We're still going to finish off Visions and Vision Breaker. Like I mentioned, I actually did wind up getting the GBA Castlevania collection on my PC as well, so we could potentially do those games as well for October, along with the DS ones, because I really wanted to try Order of Ecclesia and Portrait of Ruin. I actually have done Order of Ecclesia a little bit. It's not bad. But that will be it, guys. I shall see you towards the end of the week. And then our 2 weekend streams, essentially, on Sunday and Monday. Have a good day or good night wherever you might be, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.